Good evening. A very warm welcome to each one of you. Let's pray together. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutam gamaya. Sahana bhavatu sahano bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. To the Divine Lord and Almighty, we offer our humble salutations and Sastanga Pranam, together to seek your grace, your mercy, your blessings, your compassion, your forgiveness, your strength, Shraddha, Bhakti, Jnana, and Vairagya. We beseech in you, O Lord, to keep us in the right company, to give us the right thoughts, and to pave the way to reach your divine abode. Om Tat Sat. Our Sastanga Pranams to the entire Guru Parampara. Today we are on the Divine Discourse number 160, the 17th of November 2020, Sharvarinama Samvatsara, Dakshinayana, Sharadrutu, Kartika Masa, Shukla Paksha, Tritiya, Jyeshta Nakshatra, Sukarma Yoge, Taitula Karane. On this auspicious day of Tuesday and this auspicious time of the evening, Naham Karta Hari Karta Hari Preranaya Hari Prityartam. Everything that we receive in this world and this life is nothing but purely the grace of God. A warm welcome to all of you once again. I hope, as we call Diwali the festival of lights, and light is knowledge, and probably that light and this divine knowledge has brought a lot of change in your lives. Now, let's move forward. So we are studying the Astha Aishwarya and Astha Sowbhagya, which we have comprised in terms of as the Lord in the Bhakti Yoga talks about 36 qualities which he likes in a devotee. So all those we have now comprised it to 8 great qualities, which is much easier to practice. And now what we should be doing? Every day, Monday to Saturday. So on a daily basis, let's focus on one particular quality to the maximum most, so that you are able to gain more and more strength into that. 7th and 8th, which are japa and dhyana, that is there consistently on all the 7 days. But your focus from Monday to Saturday should be on these first 6, which is Monday Bhakti, Tuesday Kshama, Wednesday is Seva, Thursday is Dhrida Nishchayaha, then Friday we have Sakshi Bhava, and the 6th day, which is the Saturday, Aniketaha. So now what happens, as we inculcate this in our life with more focus on a particular day, then gradually what will happen is, once you have mastered each and every quality to a larger extent, then it becomes like everything gets imbibed in your daily life. So we have studied from 1 to 6 in detail. Now just let's take a recap on japa and dhyana, so with which we are going to complete entirely the 8 divine qualities. Now, japa. In japa, what happens? Like, say for example, you are doing the major activities when we are connected to the Lord. We say we do puja, we do japa, and we do dhyana. So our intention here is, what is our purpose? Like, as you want success in any venture or any activity in your life, what you do, you first thing is you look for a goal, and then you look for the means to achieve that goal. This is normally what any sensible person would do with respect to any worldly activity. Now, using the same principle in our path, now what is our goal? Our goal is God realization, mukti, nirvana, self-realization. And what are the means? Now the means are jnana, meaning from where ignorance, you don't know about something, now you learn about that, so you become knowledgeable about that. So we don't know the true nature of ourselves, we don't know what is God at depth, so by knowledge we learn that. That is one of the means. Then the second most important mean is bhakti. So in this chapter 12, we have gone into a great amount of detail on this particular emotional aspect of bhakti. So here, once you understand how bhakti is greater than jnana, let's say I'll give a illustration. Say you have two drivers. One driver is He knows perfect driving, he is very punctual, and he does his duty to the core. Now you have an experience with that particular driver. Now perfectly alright. Now I compare this to Jnana. There is another driver who knows all these things, what the first one knows, but in addition to that, he has got a kind of emotional attachment to you, where, like say for example, you are going into some village or into some remote areas. Now what he'll do, he'll take water, he'll ask madam of the house, please give me some water, we are going into some remote area, we don't know what is the quality of water there, so he'll keep some water. Then he'll say, madam, we may get late, please fruits and some food, we may not be able to come by lunchtime, so he'll keep and collect that. Then he'll say, madam, is there any medicines to be given to my boss? He'll collect all that. And the journey starts. Now imagine how the journey would have been in case of a driver who knows his duty. That's all. You tell him where to take, he'll take you accordingly. And there on the way, the boss is asking, get some water. He says there is no water in the car. Then they keep searching, stopping everywhere at those small stores. They don't get a proper brand of water. Now whether to drink or not is a big question mark. This particular brand I buy and drink, what happens? Then he gets some kind of anxiety. He needs to take his pills, but he has forgotten. Repeat it with the same second driver. Now he asks water, water is there. And then he gets anxious. He asks for some, hurry, I didn't bring my pills. The driver says, sir, don't worry, I have bought all the medicines you need on a daily basis. He says, here is the kit I have bought for you, or the box. You take water, you know what medicines to take, please take. He gives water, he gives medicines, and at times he wants fruits, food. Now, when the person is engaged in his activity, when the boss is engaged in his business activity, he will not have time to look after all these things. This particular emotional aspect of love, devotion, care and concern, which that simple act the driver has done, what happens? It gives a better bonding between the boss and the person, the so-called driver. So in life we may have all the knowledge, but as you see with this example, it will make that difference. Develop that connectivity with the Lord. That is extremely important, and that we can get by this Bhakti Marga. You need to start loving Him. You need to start serving Him. You need to start caring for Him. And we as humans, He is the Lord of the universe. What have we got to give Him? It is just that feeling of love, feeling of concern and attachment with the Lord. That's all what we need over here. Nothing more. So in this Bhakti Marga, that is the prima facie thing which we need to get. This is the power of Bhakti over Jnana. And Bhakti and Jnana together, they make a fantastic combination. So now Japa. You do Puja, you do Japa, and you do Dhyana. What are these various things? Now, Puja is considered to be like you're riding a tricycle, which has got 3 wheels. And why it is considered to a tricycle? Meaning it is the most simplest and very easy to be done. Anybody can do this. Just like a child of 1.5, 2 year old can sit on a tricycle and ride it. In the same way, puja, what happens? There, you sit in one place, you have all your 5 senses involved in your activity. There's no much pressure on you. You are able to do it for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even 1 hour. Even there are people who do 2 hours puja also. But what the rishis, the scriptures and the great saints says, you initially start with puja, and as you come from a tricycle, slowly move to a bicycle, a two-wheel cycle. That is japa, where there is only your mind and your vak. You're saying a japa. But whereas in puja, you have your sense of touch, your sense of sight, your ears, then your smell. Every sense is involved. Here there is no sense organs involved. Your mind. And if at all you are doing a mauna japa, then it is only your mind, which is constantly remembering the words of the mantra in the mind. Mananat trayate iti mantraha. That which is continuously repeated, and by repetition which purifies you, that is known as a mantra. And with that power of a mantra, what we do? We purify our mind. It is like every time you say a mantra, it's like you're taking a bucket of water and washing your mind. You're cleansing it. Every mantra you're cleansing your mind and you're strengthening your mind. Now, after japa, what they recommend is slowly move towards dhyana. Now in japa, what is there? It is a savikalpa samadhi with the thought. What is the thought? The thought of the mantra. You are in a state of samadhi. Samadhi means samyak adhiyate iti samadhi. A mind well placed. Samyak means well placed. Well, samyak is well. Adhiyate means well placed. That is known as samadhi. What is well placed over here? The mind is well placed. On what? On a particular thought, which is the mantra. So from this savikalpa samadhi, you slowly move into dhyana, which is a single wheel cycle. Very difficult, as you know. You can ride a bicycle, but not a single wheel cycle. You need a lot of practice for that. Now there in this savikalpa samadhi, in this dhyana, you are going to slowly remove that thought also which was there. That thought of mantra, you will be completely removing that thought and you will be engrossed in that Chaitanya Shakti, Chetana Shakti, that awareness within you, which is the supremost power, which prevails and envelopes and encircles the whole universe and creation. You have become one with that. Here your senses are not there. Your body is not there. Your mind is not there. You are in that pure, absolute consciousness, Satchidananda. This is a nirvikalpa samadhi. Savikalpa was with thought. Nirvikalpa means without thought. As simple as that. These are the steps. So with the japa, you start cleansing your mind, strengthening your mind, and slowly move towards dhyana. And for some time, do your japa, savikalpa, samadhi, and over a period of time, stop doing the japa and only focus on that awareness within you. Now, what is this awareness? Just the thought. If you ask your own self, am I alive? Am I awake? That's all. There is no great understanding over here. You will immediately come to know, yes, what will you look at? You will come to know what you look at, to understand or answer these questions. That's that awareness and pure consciousness. We are not a body in which we have consciousness, but we are a body in consciousness. Consciousness is not in us. We are in consciousness. So you get established in that consciousness. And for that you don't need mind. Mind is like the moon. Consciousness is like the sun, which is self-effulgent. The moon needs the rays of the sun to reflect. Mind is so. If consciousness is there, then only the mind will function. If consciousness is not there, the mind will cease to function. Just like as it happens when life leaves the body, that life, that awareness, Chaitanya leaves the body, what happens? Mind, senses, body, everything die away. So while you're doing this Nirvikalpa Samadhi, you have come to a state where you don't need the mind, you don't need your body, you don't need your senses. You are completely without thought, without any feeling, any sort of emotion, any sort of judgment, any sort of vices. So in this 8-step process, you have first, in the first 6 what you have done, you have refined yourself. When I said the other aspects, no vices, no emotions, no judgments, how do all this happen? When you have mastered the first 6. Then your mind is under control by japa, and your mind is also cleansed by japa. And in dhyana, you will easily slip into dhyana because you don't have all this. Why does a person not get sleep? The reason is there are so many thoughts which are bothering you. Imagine there are no thoughts, you will immediately go off to sleep. So in the same way, if you want to reach that state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi in dhyana, what you need is, you need to break down on your thought process. The amount of thoughts which flow and cross your mind has to slowly start reducing, and that can happen only when you follow these right qualities in life. Where there is no fear, where there is no guilt, where there is no anguish, where there is no hatred, where there is no jealousy, where there is no pride, and where there is no desire. These are what bothers us, isn't it? Now you have mastered all of them. It becomes much easier to slip into that state of dhyana. Now what happens in a dhyana? Now let's understand that. See, I'll give a metaphor. In our body we have about 30 lakh crore cells, which on a period of 7 years they get replaced. Completely, they say all the cells in your body over a period of 7 years, they are replaced by new cells. Using the same formula, now what happens? Every day, 11,000 crore cells die away and new cells are born. Which means what? Each hour, 45 crore cells, they are replaced, meaning they are dead and new ones are born. And every minute, remember, 75 lakh cells in our body are born again. So when you are in that divine state connected with that supreme consciousness, imagine what is happening. The cells which are produced during that time, who are born in that time, they are divine in nature. They are born not in your jivatva. Now you are no more a jiva. When are you in jiva? When you are in your body and mind, you are a jiva. When you have come outside your body, mind and senses, you are in that state of supreme bliss. You are one with God. So what happens? They become divine cells in your body. Just as a cancerous cell, with more and more number of cancerous cells, it brings you to a state of death. In the same way, more and more these divine cells, as a cancerous cell affects the neighboring healthy cells and makes it cancerous, in the same way the divine cells make the other cells also more and more divine. And when a cancerous cell takes a person to death, this divine cells, the more you do meditation and you start accumulating these divine cells, it takes you towards enlightenment. So put all your force and attention on doing meditation in the right manner. And these steps have been clearly explained. If you have a doubt, please touch base. Clarify your doubt. Sometimes while you're doing, you may encounter a particular doubt. You may come with some kind of a feeling where you are getting stuck. Don't stay there. Clarify your doubt and move forward. This is one of the greatest, you can say these are the hidden secrets which are given through the scriptures, which the rishis in their white light meditation they call. White light meditation is this nirvikalpa samadhi. In that state they get this kind of a knowledge, then they have passed on to us. So one should focus in terms of how I can become better and better in life. With this, what happens? Even if there are cancerous cells, they will get killed in your body. And even if there are some other cells which are causing ill health and a bad state of mind, that will also get cured. That is important. So you are not only moving towards enlightenment, but at the same time you are making your life much more healthier, much more vibrant, and much more likable. So japa and dhyana. And the power of bhakti. Once, all these gopikas, they loved Lord Krishna, and so did Radha. These gopikas got a little jealous about Radha. Why is this Radha getting a special treatment from Lord Krishna? What is that she has in her which we don't have? And they felt very worried about this, and they were discussing amongst themselves. Now this thought process which was happening in the mind of these gopis, Sri Krishna understood it. And once Sri Krishna, he was unwell. Now fever is rising, body is getting more and more warm, and then it starts burning hot. Whatever methods a mother could imply, she was doing, but there's no sign of fever coming down. We're all worried. What is happening to you, Kana? Mother is asking Krishna. Krishna says, Maya, there is no big problem. If you want to cure me from this fever or ailment, I just need the dust of my devotee. You just place it on my forehead. Instead of putting this water, you place that dust on my forehead, my devotee's dust, and I'll be all right. Now, Yashoda Maya says, this is not a big problem for me because there are so many gopis who are his devotees. I'll easily go and get that dust and cure him now. Now she goes to a gopi's house and she says, see, listen, this is the issue. Please give me some dust of your feet. Now she says, what? I give the dust of my feet and you take that and you're going to put it on Krishna's forehead. Yes, what are you saying, Yashoda Maya? You are, which narak you want to send me to? No. I am not going to pay heed to this. She was astonished, Yashoda Maya. She says, what is this? I thought I'll easily get. Then she goes to the next house. Everywhere the same answer. Now she's getting worried. Yashoda Maya thought it's just the flick of a finger, I'll get this. And this is going in some other direction. Then she finally goes to Radha. Now Radha says, listens to all this. And she says, this is the fate of my Krishna. And you want the feet of my dust? Yashoda Maya says, yes. She says, Kaki, don't worry. I am going to come with you. I don't want to give you the dust of my feet here and you take it and go and put it on his head and it dilutes. You just come with me. What she does? She goes and she straight places her leg on the forehead of Sri Krishna. Direct. I don't want any dilution in this medicine process, what you are talking about. Now, immediately the fever came down, as Krishna had said. All the gopis were stunned. Radha says, let this act of mine take me to the worst of narak. I am ready to take that pain. But I want my Kana to get all right immediately. Then they understood why she is great and why Krishna likes her the most. This is nothing but an act of devotion which Radha displayed over here. Her bhakti towards the Lord. So in the same way, we have to cultivate this kind of a attitude towards the Lord. There may be some testing times there, that Dudha Sankalpa, Dudha Nishchaya, that yes, God is with me. I told you the 3 secrets about how one can become an inheritor of God's property by bhakti. So the first one is accepting whatever happens in your life as the result of your own deeds. Where there you are not cursing the Lord and saying, what is this? Why are you giving me all these troubles? Yes, I know my past karma and this is coming to me as an effect of that karma, and I take it. Second was, without any complaint and gracefully accepting whatever has come to you, good, bad, just say it is. It is at the will and wish of my Lord, my caretaker, my benefactor. Whatever comes to me, I accept it. And for every aspect, bring out that feeling of gratitude. And the third one was, offer your pranam with all your body, mind and intellect. Ridva bahurdhir vidhadhan namaste. By this way you are doing an anukula sankalpa, meaning a positive thinking, and you become an inheritor of God's property. This is the power which bhakti has got. Okay, in the next class on Friday, we'll take up a story of Sant Ramadas, who was again an epitome of bhakti. How he progressed in life, we will understand that. And now we come to the Vishnu Sahasranama. Okay, Shweta had a question which you all must have read. I'll read the question for everybody's convenience. In the third shloka of the Vishnu Sahasranama, you said the meaning of Narasimha Vapuhu means the destroyer of ignorance which we jivas have by giving the divine knowledge. Can it be a reference to Bhagavan Vishnu's Narasimha avatar? Absolutely right. Now, another reason why we call Lord Vishnu under this name Narasimha Vapuhu is because he killed Hiranyakashipu by the Narasimha avatar. So that is also one of the reasons he gets this name. Okay. Now we are on verse 4, and the words are today 28th, 29th and 30th significance of the divine name, that is Tanuhu, Bhutadi and Nidhiravyayah. So first let's recite the shloka and then we move forward. Sarva Sharva Shivastanur Bhutadir Nidhiravyayah Sambhavo Bhavano Bharta Prabhava Prabhurishwaraha. In the previous class we studied Sarvaha, Sharvaha and Shivaha. Now Stanuhu. Stanuhu means that which is constant, which is stable, which doesn't move. Now we say Sthanu to the Lord. Since he is present everywhere, he need not move. But yet, although we call it everywhere and although not moving, he gets this name of Sthanuhu. See, now when something is present all across, it need not move, isn't it? So this is the exact understanding. When you may get confused, what is this? When it doesn't move, meaning you mean to say God is only at one place? No, he is there everywhere, and in that context he need not move. Sthanuhu. Bhutadi, the next divine name. Here there are 3 reasons he gets this name. Bhutadi, who is responsible for the creation, sustenance and dissolution. The second one also means Adi. In Bhutadi there are 2 words, Bhuta and Adi. Adi means origin of what? All the Bhutas. Bhutas means the creatures, living and non-living. So he is the originator of all the creatures, meaning he has given birth to all this. And the third one is Bhutadi is one who grants mukti, meaning liberation, to all the deserving muktas, deserving devotees eligible for realization. And 30th is Nidhiravyayah. The word is again broken here. It is a sandhi. Nidhi plus ravyayaha. What is nidhi? Nidhi is that which is well accumulated and stored wealth. A huge amount of wealth, not a small amount of wealth. Huge amount of wealth. When it is well stored and accumulated is called a nidhi. And avyayaha means that which never reduces or diminishes. So here a metaphor is with respect to that devotee who has got this abundant wealth in terms of bhakti hidden in his heart, and where this Lord, under the name of Nidhi Ravyayaha, he resides in the heart of such a devotee, which never reduces at all, which means such a devotee is always protected by the Lord. To such a great divine Sthanuhu, Bhuthadi and Nidhi Ravyayaha, Lord, we once again prostrate and with Sastanga Namaskars. Let's do the Dhanvantri mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutakalashahastaya Sarvabhayavinashaya Sarvaroganivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidhaye Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutakalashahastaya Sarvabhayavinashaya Sarvaroganivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidhaye Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutakalashahastaya Sarvabhayavinashaya Sarvaroganivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidhaye Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. Now in the next class on Friday, would you like to have the summary of the entire 12th chapter? So I can take the story of Sant Ramadas and the summary of the entire 12th chapter. So with that we will be completing the entire 12th chapter of Bhakti Yoga, and then we move on to Bhaja Govindam after this. So please let me know if you all want the summary. Okay. Yes, we shall go ahead then. I think this much is enough. And please, if you all can revise again for tomorrow, day after, and send me if you all have any questions on this entire chapter. So we will clarify that as well. So you will have a complete grip on the entire process of how you need to move forward in terms of refining your life and do effective meditation eventually. Now we shall chant the concluding mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Idam Namama. Om Tat Sat. We offer today's Gita Jnana Yajna at the lotus feet of the Lord, and we once again seek His grace, blessings and mercy. Our salutations to the entire Guru Parampara. Thank you everybody for being a part of this wonderful journey. We look forward to seeing you on Friday, same time. Have a pleasant evening. Hari Om.